everyone, welcome back. Hello Delta, hello Boulder Dash, Blade Vap, Kiwi of the Dead, Nightbot 2, I guess I can say hi to you. Hello Stumbles, hello Sylvaneer, Lavender Raleigh, let's see, Wolfshear Art, Modal, thank you so much for subscribing for 34 months. Sounds good, Modal, take it easy, drink water. Yeah, I've heard that New York has gone very smoky today. Make sure you keep windows shut. Oh, Noodle. How's everyone doing this week? Mecha Ninja, thank you so much for subscribing for 35 months. Stayed a while, staying forever. I have a very important announcement to make, says Delta. Oh boy. What do we have, Delta? I can't wait to hear it. Oh yeah, it's Blade Vap's birthday! Happy Blade Day! Oh my gosh, that's right. It was last Wednesday that Blade said that today would be, and now it's today. Everything is working out. I'm just pulling up my reference here. There we go. Sneasler is such a weird looking Pokemon. I almost always have to do a reference if I'm going to try to do an unusual pose. But yeah, happy birthday, Blade Vap. I hope it's a fabulous one. Happy Sweetblad Day. I'm doing awful. A stinky sog dog sent me junk. That's the curse of being alive. There it is! It's Taxi Cat in the House of Boulder. Hi, Fluffy. So today, I'm really tired this week. I had a long weekend. I thought instead of doing a VAP comic, I would do something a little more just kind of chill. We can just chat and hang out, and I wanted to do a very loose and relaxed watercolor of Sneasler and Dratini, because I don't think I've ever actually drawn Sneasler in color, which seems kind of sad to me. Sneasler is such a cool color palette, and it would be nice to have an actual real piece of art of Sneasler and Dratini hanging out since they've become buds. I just think that would be nice. Delta says, I also got something from Sogdog. Yes, Rotom arrived! Fluffy says, I have an announcement to make as well. I'm about to hit 100k choints. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. Hello, IE Gecko Ninja. What are you gonna do with those, Fluffy? What's the plan? Are you just saving up for a rainy day? Oh, Octavap says and demand a cake. Huh. Can you do that once you reach a certain amount of choints? Hi, Bootsakoi, how are you? Alrighty, so I think... So the real difficulty with Sneasler is those long legs. You know what, in fact, I think I'm gonna make my life easier, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn the paper. Otherwise, this is going to be a supremely undetailed drawing. So turn the paper and then get my supplies snuggled in a little bit. We don't need this huge brush. I don't know, I have my huge brush here. There we go, okay, we're back to normal. Well, as normal as it gets around here. What are choints, says Wolfshear? Oh, those are, channel points. We call them panel choints around here. It's just points that Twitch gives you for participating in a channel, and then you can use them to redeem, you know, various goodies. I don't remember when we started calling them panel choints. I guess it's probably been a long time at this point. At this panel choint. We're listening to a playlist that's called Video Game Music to Activate Your Brainworms, so I hope everyone's brainworms are feeling pretty activated at this point. Okay, so Sneasler... I draw her a little differently than the official art. What are we listening to right now? My brainworm is unactivated by this. I'm sorry, I'm skipping this. Yeah, Undertale. Okay, that's better. Does Vap and Dratini have a watercolor painted together, or is Sneasler now Dratini's mom? I don't think I've done a watercolor of Vap and Dratini together, though. That's not a bad idea. Maybe I can draw Vap peering in the background in this one. I'm just really on a Sneasler tear lately. I just think she's neat. You know how it is when you make a new character and they're just kind of living in your brain for a while. Have y'all seen the new Spider-Verse flick? I'm not going to be spoiling anything, obviously, but I did see it on Sunday with a friend, and I my friend only told me, I think on the way over there, that it's part 1 of 2. And I'm really glad they did, or I would have been pissed at the end. I heard a lot of people were actually quite irritated at the end, because it ends on a huge cliffhanger, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's a beautiful movie. Kiwi says, I haven't seen the Vap and P-Dub doodle before, that's cute. Thank you, Kiwi. It's from an old Vap comic, I think. I just thought it was a funny little bit of art to put in the corner there. If 100k gets a cake, I can afford 1.20% cakes. I've got stuff to do, unfortunately. Gonna lurk and grind those joints. Sounds good, Fluffy. Don't make fun of me while I'm not listening. And don't clip it. Hello, Hypernova. Right, the channel points. The points from supporting the channel. The points specifically received for supporting the channel. Those panel joints. Exactly, you get it. Not yet, thinking of seeing it tomorrow. My friend told me that too. Hi, Vap. Hi, chat. Says Elect Magpulse. Hello, Elect Magpulse. How are you? But yeah, Spider-Verse is great. Just go in expecting that you are going to be eager for the next one. Because, yeah, it really ends on a point that you... It's like, you know how sometimes movies will have a part 1 and a part 2, and the part 1 feels very, like, complete, and you wouldn't even necessarily feel like, oh, this needs a sequel. This is not one of those movies, unfortunately. In my opinion, anyways. That's my hot take. This movie just straight up stops right in the middle of the plot and is like, part 2, see you next year, chuds. So, that's kind of annoying. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's see. Truly a Vodporion. I want to see the new Spider-Man so bad. There we go. Last night, my brother's wife, so my sister-in-law, she... and her sister, so my sister-in-law's sister, my double sister-in-law, they wanted to go see the new Little Mermaid movie with me. And I'm not super interested in Disney remakes, but I am super interested in hanging out with my sister-in-law and her sister. So, and they wanted to, like, dress up. They had made costumes of the Little Mermaid in various outfits of hers, and I spent so long being like, what am I gonna dress as? Like, who in the Little Mermaid could I effectively make a costume for with just, like, stuff that's in my house? Because I'm not gonna, like, buy a lobster costume to be Sebastian, right? Like, that's a bridge too far. I spent a long time thinking about this and just trying to figure it out, and then I was looking at pictures of different characters from the original Little Mermaid, and then I remembered about this guy, whose name is Scuttle. And Scuttle is the Little Mermaid's seagull friend, and he lies about being able to identify human items. So I decided I was going to make a Scuttle costume. So what I did was I put on, like, reddish-orange pants, which I happen to have, and I made some, like, foam wings and a foam beak. I'll go ahead and crop my family members out of this to protect the innocent, but here I am in my Scuttle costume. You can see I've got beautiful feathers and my beautiful beak. I've got to find a different angle to show you guys that beak from. It had an upper and a lower jaw. I worked very hard on this. There it is. I showed it to my baby niece, and she was obsessed. Every time that I took off the little foam beak, she got upset and went, more, 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 so I had to put it back on. It was really something. But the best part about this costume was that I just, you know, we took all the pictures, we went into the theater, and I took it off immediately because I don't like wearing costumes for very long. I don't know if you guys have that same thing, but, like, even a pretty comfortable costume, I only want to wear it for, like, maybe half an hour, you know? On Halloween, my friends are always lecturing me because I'll host a big Halloween party and then 10 minutes in just completely take off my costume and wear normal clothes. Okay, let me catch up here. What in the crawfish heck did I come back to, says Lavender. Oh, you know, just normal stuff. Bring in the dancing lobsters. Vaporeon, you can't see Vaporeon because they melted into water. Perfect. Trash burb. I left for 5 minutes. She really do be a burb. Vabs Holo for Sona. Bird love so strong she became one. You gotta have the dingle hopper. More, you mean? Mine. Wrong aquatic Disney movie. Anyway, I threw this together super quick. Vappy and Sneasler. I just think she's neat. That's beautiful. You know what? I'm gonna save that. I don't know why, but I want it. It's mine. Mine. And my little niece knows how to say a handful of words now, but more is definitely one of them, which is both a blessing and a curse. Because, like, it's good to know when a baby wants, you know, more food or more water or whatever, but the problem is that babies just use more to describe anything they want more of. She's so cute. Okay. So Sneasler has, like, a fluffy chest, and body is kind of long and skinny like this, and then the leg attaches kind of right at the bottom. So there should be like one leg coming down. Gosh, I don't draw Sneasler's like lower body nearly often enough. It's a little difficult. It's got like bell bottoms and a funny little tail like that. And then the chest gem is right here. The arm comes out like that. And then big meaty claws. And this part of the arm comes down like that. And then Dratini is getting bigger, so I can draw Dratini really kind of stretched up. Big, huge Dratini. There we go. By the way, I will be resuming my stream of the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog this Friday, in case anyone was wondering. Hilariously, but I guess predictably, Game Grumps are also playing the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog right now. So, I guess that makes sense. But it made me laugh when I saw it on my feed. So you can get, just get your just high-octane dose of Sonic's death on every possible medium right now. Okay, let me catch up here. One leg, two leg, snee leg, slur leg. Esper be like, more! Yes! Did you have boots with the fur? Yeah, of course. They're homegrown. Sneasler would have Uggs, totally. Long characters. Sneasler's the Ugg. Played that game when it came out. Funny game. It really is. I love the Game Grumps. Your influence is powerful. Yeah, that's totally what it was. They saw me playing it and were like, oh man, what a great idea. We should play it too. Yeah, I just wield that kind of influence around here. They can pretend like it was their idea or whatever, but I know the truth. I don't really like, this pose. Hang on, I'm gonna fix this. Sneasler looks great. Dratini is a little strange. And I'm not gonna do, like, full fancy line art for this. I'm gonna take a different approach that I've seen some artists use online. We shall see how it goes. And if it doesn't come out very well, like, it's not that big a deal in my opinion. T-Pain, thank you so much for subscribing for 6 months. The original T-Pain 8. Welcome, welcome, welcome for another 6 months. Alright, let's get it. Big ol' hair in here. And Flair also for 36 months. Whoa, what's shaking bacon? 3 years brain cells sober free. Speaking of boots with the fur, thank you so much. If there was a Game Grumps analog in the Vatverse, what Pokemon would they be? Ooh, that's a good question. And Flareon, thank you so much for 26 months of subscription. Flareon news. And we got a hype train. Okay, give me a sec. I'm gonna go open the glass door because I'm getting warm. Okay, what would the Game Grumps be? Let me think. I feel like Dan is an easier one to figure out. With Dan's hair, he could be a Buffalant. Evil Grapes, thank you for 29 months of subscription. We have such a range of subscription levels in here at this point. It's crazy. Because I think 36 is the like max. That's like the OG people who were here on the ground floor. And there's people who have just recently joined too, which is wild. Soda says, or Soda, oh my gosh. Stumbles says, some good news, I got a new cat for my friend's grandma. Bad news, he's super fat and doesn't get along with my other cat. Oh no. Super lovey-dovey in black and white. Oh man. Well, congrats on the new cat. I hope they get used to each other. Sometimes it just takes a long time. Hyper says, I like some of y'all are subbed for the same length of my auto loan. T-Pain, thank you so much for the gift sub to Kiwi of the Dead. Oh my gosh, thank you, thank you. I was the first sub and I'm 36 months old, says Flair. Oh my god. Thanks, says Kiwi. 180 more months and I'll be able to drive. We are 50% of the way through a level 2 hype train. Can you guys even see the sketch that I'm doing? Yeah, okay, it's kind of showing on there. It's faint at this point. You'll have to bear with me until we start getting the paint down in the paper. Well, it means a lot to me. And I know it's cheesy, but it means a lot to me that you guys want to hang out while I draw. I mean, it's like, I spent so many years, you know, working on my art and stuff, just like by myself in my bedroom, like headphones in, and like that's fine. And that's, you know, an important stage I think to go through, but it can be a little lonely in this line of work. You know, you just spend so much time at your house and so much time drawing and it just being alone. And I really enjoy being able to chat with you guys while I do this. I don't know how much of the stuff that I've made on stream I really would have made just by myself. It's just a lot easier to do in a social environment, so thanks for being here for it. Oh, what a beautiful song to come on after my heartfelt speech. Wow. Are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs? I know I am. Oh my god. Okay, and here's the claws for this foot. And then this arm. That's claws like so. Let's see. I'll be on my 30th month soon. That's crazy to me. Yeah, it is crazy, Evil Grapes. 30 months. Only here for 13 months. 13 is still a really long time. Hyper says, hello, I'd like you to replay that song again. It goes like beep beep boop boop. God, I forgot about that episode. I do much enjoy watching your work. I remember vividly when you took my Geppetto commission and left an impact in a silly way that you use a form of purple to shade and color in gray things. Something I do now. Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know that. I super enjoyed working on that commission that you had like so much like passionate investment in, you know, like in that character, I mean, not in the commission. It's just so cool to work on like stuff that people are really excited about, and like, I don't know, when someone like trusts you with a commission like that for something that means a lot to them, that's really special. You're thinking of beep boop boop bop beep boop bop. Did my Prime sub go through a couple minutes ago? Let me check my record here. It's possible I just missed it. I think it has not come through yet. Sometimes it just takes a minute. But regardless, thank you very much for subscribing. Twitch has been acting weird lately. Yeah, it sure has. Let's see. Stumble says, I'd probably be in a bad place mentally if I didn't have your streams to look forward to each week, so I thank you. You know what? I feel the same way. I think I'd be in a bad place mentally, too, if I didn't have this to look forward to. So thanks, y'all. We're in the same boat together, I think. Okay, Sneasler's arm should attach a little higher up. Whatever, I'll deal with that later. I need to get Dratini on the board. How can I do this? What if Dratini was just kind of like... I feel like I'm overthinking it. By trying to like have Dratini stretch all the way up. What if instead I had them kind of down here, like curling around the feet? I think that's cute. Yeah, I started this stream, as many of you know, right in the smack dab middle of like the worst part of COVID lockdowns. I had always kind of had it in my mind that I wanted to stream someday, but COVID really forced the issue. And I'd quit my office job because they said I'd better come back in the office if I wanted to keep my job. and they were breaking CDC guidelines, but what can you do? So I told them to eat shit, gamers, and started streaming. And boy, you know, I was planning on doing the transition to freelance at some point in my life, but it was really helpful to be able to jump from, you know, this scary position of quitting my job in the middle of this pandemic and stuff, and like not just go to like being alone all the time painting, but actually like to chat with like the same people every week online. Like that was a huge help. I think it would have been very difficult and scary without the stream as like a regular social thing every week. There we go. Okay, we have Dratini on the board. I feel like I keep tilting the canvas sideways. Really hope to see more of Taxi Cat 2. Yes, I'm almost done editing that page that I've been working on stream. I have it open in Photoshop right now. Boulder says, I'm so happy I got to see a copy of Chapter 1 in physical form. Thanks for ordering that, Boulder. I really hope you enjoy it. Is Vap going to be in the background hiding behind a bush writing Sneasler's name in the death note? Oh wait, is this a print? I mean a painting. Yes, it's a painting. I'm just sketching for right now to get everything hammered out, but then we're going to start painting it in a minute. That's why I've got all my painties out. I didn't think I'd be in the same spot without having met you, Vap. But that's awesome, Blade Vap. And you're kicking ass in your own streams right now, too? And it's your birthday? Oh my god. Like how we just went ahead and made Sneasler Dratini's older sibling. Or parent? You know, sometimes your pizza delivery person just becomes part of your life. I can't control it. Evil Grape says, I know everyone in the world shares his opinion, but that really was the weirdest year ever. Glad it gave birth to Vap streams, though. It really was the weirdest year ever. It was just a hot mess, y'all. Like, gosh. I don't know. I mean, things are back to normal in varying degrees depending on what part of the world you're in, but sometimes I still have moments where I think back on stuff that happened during COVID, and I'm just like, oh my god, did we really live like that? I mean, what choice did we have, I guess, but jeez. It's just kind of shocking. Okay, I realized Sneasler's right arm was not in a position that I liked that much, so I'm going to go ahead and move it a little more to the side. There we go. Chest gem a little bit outward because the body is a little bit outward. I should wipe these eraser shavings off of the picture. There we go. Weirdest of years give birth, the weirdest of streams. Yeah, that's true. 2018 is a weird year for me. Like the first instance I gave limbs to a Dratini. Later he became a Dragonair. Ah, the evolution of art. And of Dratini into Dragonair. Yeah, it's like looking back, you know, hindsight is 20/20, and I can see how some of those really difficult circumstances ultimately led me on a path that was beneficial to my life, but you know, at the time, sure as hell didn't feel that way, did it? It just felt bad. Plas bad. Okay, so there's the arm, and then the claws come down like that. And then this thing is in my way. I'm gonna put this over here for right now so I can stretch my arms out a little bit. It's driving me crazy, man. Crazy. Gotta get that sassy side pony. There we go. Sneasler's barely even Sneasler without the side pony. There we go. And then that, looking good. Sneasler's got a small smile. And then big old claws. Like so. And markings like that. And then the legs have kind of a funny, a little zigzaggy pattern on the bottom. You know, Sneasler is very 90s. Maybe that's why I like it so much. I was born in 94, so just kind of square in the middle of 90s culture stuff, so it feels very, very cozy to me to look at. Let me catch up here. Ever heard the story of the man that ordered a pizza every day for 20 years straight? He didn't order one for 11 days. The pizza place called 911 for him. Turned out he had a stroke in his home. The pizza place saved his life. Whoa! That's awesome. Dang. Yeah, I mean, if it was every day for 20 years, I sure as hell would wonder what was going on year 20, day 1, when he didn't call in. It allowed the weirdest of sog dogs to thrive and prosper like a 21-year hibernation of cicadas who come out of the ground just to scream constantly. It is just like that, actually. Yes. I'm like the ninja-esque of weird streams. I feel the silver lining of the pandemic for me was finally playing Final Fantasy XIV because I had nowhere to go and finding the artist on Twitter before all the recent nonsense. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, it definitely was a time for enjoying and catching up on media, I guess, if nothing else. I wonder what we'd speculate about how Dratini turned out to be after 21 years. Comes out as a Dragonite and screams. Yeah, maybe just a sudden evolution. Just saving up all those experience points and then evolving dramatically in one go, skipping the Dragonair stage. Evil Grape says, the pandemic ironically started a chain of events that led me to eventually meeting some of my online friends in real life, so that was a positive takeaway from the whole thing. That's awesome. I don't think I've met... I'm trying to think. No, I met Modal, actually. I did meet Modal in person. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that I hadn't met before that I met after COVID from online. Because my roommate Clay and I met online. I feel like I used to live closer to a lot of folks that I knew online, but these days I haven't met up with very many folks just because they're like across the country. And there haven't been conventions, you know, during COVID there were no conventions, so, and that was a big way of like meeting up with folks. I'm still waiting to hear back from Las Vegas TwitchCon, by the way, about getting in, but I think I am gonna go if I get in. It just sounds like a messy blast. I have no doubt it'll be a huge mess. Just as TwitchCon in San Diego is a huge mess. I mean, even worse if you had slot machines and alcohol in Vegas, so. Gosh dang it, I just want to be a part of that mess. Okay, so I'm cleaning up my line art a little bit here, because we're not gonna do like painted lines. I think I'm gonna do those kind of after I get the paint down. We're just gonna start painting, baby. It's just gonna be messy. Let's see. The pandemic, I already read that. He probably had a stroke because he ate a pizza every day for 20 years. Yeah, you know, it goes without saying, but don't do that. Have or haven't? That would be haven't. You met me online. I was just hiding in a bush offline. The pandemic turned me away from the fan game community. Then I started to be more active on Twitter and Tumblr. Discovered Bap on Tumblr when I was looking for Dratini art. That is so funny. I like still post on Tumblr and I always wonder like, is anyone seeing this? But they are, it turns out. Are you still planning on MFF? Yes, I think so. Speaking of cons, hoping you can still make it to... Yeah, that! Delta and Blade Vap were sharing the brain cell. Actually, I was aware of Vap since around 2018 on Tumblr. Got to meet my best friend, which is insane. The best thing ever. Weird going from never telling anyone what state I lived in to doing that. Yeah, I think as long as you, like, take the necessary precautions, it can be kind of cool to meet up with people from online. As long as you're not meeting up, like, behind the Arby's in the dark, you know? I don't know why I said Arby's specifically. I don't think I've ever even been to an Arby's. Just the thought of meeting up with someone at an Arby's filled me with, like, I don't know, agita and dread. Oh my god. Can you imagine meeting up a first date behind the Arby's? Scary stuff. My one of my roommates, not Clay, the other one, was sort of seeing this guy very casually, and he was a nice enough guy, but things weren't really working out between them, so she gently turned him down, and he didn't take it very well. And he tried to like send us something on Instacart at our house because she blocked him. And anyway, if someone is gently trying to let you down, don't try to Instacart them some weird groceries. I feel like people don't get taught a lot of stuff about like dating and etiquette in like high school, you know? Sex ed is just like, don't have sex and then it moves on, but I think a lot of people might need to be told, don't send someone Instacart when they break up with you. Just don't do it, man. It might seem like a good idea in your head, but I'll give you a little tip. It's not. Anyway, that guy made some terrible meatballs once, and I ate them. And they just, you know, that's another tip that you can learn from this guy. Season your meat. Even just salt, you know? Salt's great. Our ancestors would have loved to have as much salt as we have access to now. Just throw it in there, baby. A little salt never hurt nobody, no how. What am I talking about right now? Okay, so I'm just gonna start painting with the pencil lines, just leaving them alone. The pencil is going to be sort of the undercoat for this painting. And when I put some watercolor line art on there, I'm just gonna like work around the pencil basically. One of my favorite artists who is very active on Instagram and like nowhere else, Moffingram, that's Moffin, Moffingram. They work almost exclusively like this. And it just fascinates me that they just leave the pencil there, because I remember when I first started doing watercolor, it was such a problem for me trying to figure out how to like cover up what I saw as like very ugly pencil lines. I couldn't figure out how to erase them, and I just really didn't like them. So to see someone just be like, actually, I love the pencil lines, is like, whoa, you can do that? That's so powerful. So yeah, we're just gonna go for it. Just see what happens, you know? Try something new. Alright, so there's the little gray mark on the bottom of the chin. And then cheek comes down and around. Yeah, there we go. That looks cool. Okay. Let me catch up here. Since you're so proficient in watercolors, Bab, care to see a quick experiment I did today in Clip Studio Paint using new brushes I downloaded? Yeah, lay them on me. Let's see it. Still pretty firm to go to MFF, says Hyper. Sweet. Blade Vaps is awesome. Gonna contact and send things regarding that Vap later, not now. Yeah, of course. Go ahead. Already reserved my PTO for that. We technically met up at a Dairy Queen, somewhat close to Arby's. That's different. I think Dairy Queen has a different meetup energy. And if you met up at the Dairy Queen, that's also different from meeting up behind the Arby's. You were at least in a building. Behind the Arby's was the critical detail here. That you were, like, not even willing to go inside, you know? Like you were gonna meet Gimme Ghoul back there by the dumpster. If I want to meet up at an Arby's, says Bootsukoi. Arby's! Sex ed class did teach us a little about breakups. Wow, really? Mine did not. And we broke up last week, but I need a reimbursement for the few dates we went on and invoices in your email. If you ever need more salt, just ask your local League of Legends player. Speaking of meatballs, making some sweet and spicy jelly meatballs tonight. Oh, that sounds really good. Arby's. Thought about Waffle House for no reason. I've never been to Waffle House, but I'd really like to. We just don't really have it in SoCal. Here's the quick experiment. Truth be told, I didn't play a whole lot of Arceus Legends. What's the lore behind Sneasler and Hisuian Sneasel? Let's hold a VapCon and meet up at Denny's. Oh, this looks great, Boulder. I really like that sort of, like, texture that it has, especially in the line art. It reminds me a little bit of, what's it called? The way they used to do color on, like, newspaper Sunday comic pages. A VapCon. Me, you, Waffle House now. But we don't have one. Legends Arceus, you know, they don't really explain too much what the deal with Hisuian Sneasel and Sneasler are. I think the Pokedex says that they live on cliff sides. They are, I believe, poison dark types, maybe? Instead of dark ice. And they live on, like, the slopes around Mount Coronet, if I remember correctly. That's about it. I think Hisuian Sneasler is just like that because they needed a ride Pokemon that could help the player climb, and Weavile is, like, too small. Too small and stubby. And then, as I'm sure many of you have seen, hilariously, Sneasler puts you in a little backpack. Instead of just riding on her back piggyback style, which I think would have been fine, they just make a little basket and dump your ass in there. Really baffling choice, honestly, but it's so funny. They don't even show your character model, they just have your little eyes peeking out. It's so shameful. I love it. yeah, I guess at some point maybe Hisui got colder, and Sneasler lost their secondary ice typing and just kind of became chilly cold boys. Or no, they gained their ice typing. What am I talking about? They lost their poison typing, gained their ice typing. Alright, so there's the leggy. It's just a shame that Weavile didn't keep the side pony. Can you imagine if Weavile had its, like, cool Aztec-looking headdress and then also kept the side pony on top of that? Powerful energy. They really shouldn't do that, but can you imagine? Alright, so there's almost all of the gray. Just get this last little bit here. Cool. Okay. All of the gray is done. I'm gonna pat off some spots that are in the light a little bit. Nice. Looking good. Let me catch up here. Oh, it's poison fighting. My bad. Meeting at a McDonald's might be the worst. If you meet at McDonald's, it has to be in the ball pit. We in the Midwest do. Are there still McDonald's with ball pits? I don't know. Will Vabcon have a ball pit? Poison fighting. I have an IHOP and a Denny's nearby, and no Waffle House, unfortunately. Alpha Sneasler is really massive. It's true. Late Vap's birthday, he'll get an extra hour in the ball pit. With a lone Sneasler, you briefly turned into Nezuko from Demon Slayer. I wonder if Sneasler is a brother Weavile. Oh, that would be cute. Frick. Remember being carried by Machamp and Sword and Shield? That was also a decision that was made. I forgot about that. That was so silly. Just locked in a box. I would just wander around as Sneasler once I unlocked them. Yeah, it's like cosplaying as a Sneasler. The best reward isn't anything I've gotten so far. It's DashCon! That's why they didn't do that. The energy would be too powerful. Machamp was Sun and Moon. OMG, I'm a fake fan. Fake fan sighted. Leave, you're exiled. Bottomless ball pit. Fight me in the Denny's Vapcon ball pit. Well, you know, I've never been to an event where a ball pit was a good thing, because they had them at TwitchCon, and a lot of people got hurt. Shouldn't have them. Okay. Up next, we are going to paint Dratini's base colors. Oh, I should draw their, what's it called? Their white belly markings. There we go. Okay, now I just sort of know where that is. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm really, painting by the, what's it called? What's his name? That nice guy. You know. Schwen Meggelson. What is his name? It's not Schwen Meggelson. Afro guy, and he painted happy little trees. I'm not looking at the chat because I need to remember this on my own. It'll make my brain more strong. His name is... He's a painter, and his name is Steven... No. Okay, I don't know what it is. Bob Ross, thank you. I gave up because I wasn't even getting close. It's not Schwem Neggelson. God. Sometimes my brain just can't do anything for me. I'm erasing a little bit of the pencil on Dratini because it was kind of intense. Okay. Gotta leave room for the little forehead gem, or whatever that is. Horn, I guess. And cute little schnoz. Gotta have room for the cute little schnoz. Very important. The chin comes down and around like that. And the neck is right here. And body comes down and around. Oh yeah, I showed you guys my Little Mermaid cosplay, but I never talked about the movie. You know, it actually wasn't bad. The beginning was a little boring, but I thought that the actors really put their hearts into it, and I liked Ursula, and there were some genuinely funny moments. I really don't tend to like the Disney live-action remakes, because I just don't really think they're necessary, but this one I enjoyed. Maybe it was because I put in all the effort of dressing up as a seagull to go see it, but I thought it was pleasant. Alright, there's Dratini's tail back. What's the word for that? The top of the tail, I guess. The curve. Looking good. Let me catch up here. Yes, someone did actually, they did break their back. Someone like really broke their back in the TwitchCon pit and had to have like emergency surgery. It was nuts. Decided to check Wikipedia. The most Pokemon Legends Arceus gives us about Hisuian Sneasel becoming Johto Sneasel is that the professor theorizes water and earth can affect Sneasel's mind and body. It's so vague. Game Freak just said, I don't know. Don't ask me. The wrinkles are forming. Steve Irwin just realized something about a piece of gameplay from Tears of the Kingdom. You throw items like the trainer throws Pokeballs in Arceus. Wow. Mr. Rogers, Steve Rogers, Bill Nye. Ever tried painting Bob Ross style? No, I never have. I'd like to someday. Fap slapping the heck out of Giratina. Jack Black. Is this battle music playlist, Fap? This is music to activate your brainworms. Did you know the Korok models are the exact same as the ones from Wind Waker HD? Really? Fab stream idea. My favorite live-action remake is still The Jungle Books. Takes the most creative liberties and comes together as a solid movie. Yeah, I love that one. That's a really good one. Did you know Simiport is the only fully evolved elemental monkey that can't legit be in a Cherish Ball? Wow. What was I gonna say? Following a Bob Ross tutorial. That would be really fun. Maybe I will do that. Hang on a second. I just realized that Sneasler has like a... What's it called? There we go. The back of the pony is like pink. And I want to get that pink in there because I feel like it's a really important part of her color palette. So I just adjusted. I never saw The Jungle Book, but the Lion King remake was atrocious. Yeah, I remember watching that just kind of in a daze and just enjoying that I was seeing lions. But that was about it. What's Sneasler and Dratini's pair name? Sneeze-teeny? Dratinler. I don't know. Lion King was an unfortunate one, yeah. Yeah, I think they did a little better with the animals in the Little Mermaid one. They were still very realistic looking, but like in a much nicer way. They were just like pleasant to look at. They made them a little more cartoony, you know? Bless you, says Flair. Like, Sebastian was very much a crab. Oh yeah, I heard the Mulan one was terrible. I also heard that, what's it called? Oh my gosh, what's it called? I literally can't remember. Aladdin. I've heard Aladdin was, pretty mid. Which makes sense. That's kind of a weird one to try and do anything with. I don't know, I think a lot of these movies are, I mean, this is not exactly a roaring hot take here, everyone's saying this, but a lot of these movies were just made for animation and just do better as animated flicks, so... Not that Disney's gonna listen to my opinion, but, I think they should. I think everyone should listen to my opinion. No, I don't. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna get this nice kind of... Get this thing out of here again. This is always in my way. What am I gonna do with this? Put that over there. I don't know if I've ever told you guys the lore about my paint bowl, my green paint bowl. A friend of mine gave me some food once in that bowl when I was in... I must have been a year out of high school, so that would be 10 years ago. A friend lent me this bowl, and I never returned it. I'm sorry, Lauren. I meant to return it. I really did. It was an accident that I just sort of kept it and now use it as a part of my career. It was probably like her mom's bowl too, so she probably doesn't know, but her mom probably is like, man, I used to have 6 of these green bowls and now I just have 5. I bet it wasn't Katie, a great student and wonderful friend. She wouldn't steal a bowl from my house. I'm sorry. Something to discuss in therapy, perhaps. Okay, there we go. We've got that. I can bring this back over here now. Mike is like falling off the desk. If my voice suddenly crashes, you know what happened. Let's see. Mulan was actual garbage. Lion King was unfortunate. OG Mulan is one of the best things ever. Heard Disney's going to make a live-action Moana. It's not even 10 years old. Why would they do that? Moana is so good. Mulan's very controversial Chinese politics. Most people in China didn't like it. Yeah, that makes sense. More positive on Aladdin than most of the other ones, actually, but it feels very oddly cheaply made. Huh, that's weird. Why? People are being gaslit on Twitter that LA Lilo and Stitch already has images of what Stitch looks like in it when there's nothing released yet for promo material. Oh god, I didn't even know they were doing live-action Lilo. OG Mulan's way better. Hello, XR Mesh. Deep paintball lore. I liked Aladdin personally, but the soundtrack always slapped. I have not seen that one, so I'll take your word for it. They clearly view animation as a lesser medium now, which is a real shame. Aladdin's live-action remake was bad. Will Smith's GU is a pretty damn good choice. Jack Black as Bowser, which reminds me I need to see Mario movie. I loved Jack Black as Bowser. Fearful of what the Lilo and Stitch one will be like, because the original is one of my favorite movies ever. Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking with that one. It works so well as like a very stylized kids movie. That's like, oh god, Stitch is gonna be so weird looking. I don't want to see Stitch as a CG beast. that's oh god. Again, no one's asking me, but boy, I could do without that, you know? Strange times we live in. I feel like a lot of the live-action Disney remakes are like, how to put it? I've seen a couple of them. Some of them are very controversial because they're like specifically very bad, but a lot of them I feel like I just don't hear anything about at all, which is kind of interesting. Like, I saw a comment on like Reddit today, I think, where someone was like talking about Cinderella. Did they do a live-action remake of Cinderella? Because if so, I have no recollection of that. I don't even remember seeing ads for it. I knew they did Beauty and the Beast, but Cinderella, like, really? I just don't know if I believe that. That's so strange. Oops, I forgot to put the, like, pink stripes on Sneasler's claws, but you know, guys, I just don't really care. Maybe it's just canon that Sneasler doesn't have those. Whatever. What are you gonna do, arrest me? Okay, there we go. Got the beautiful clauses on there. Let's see. Lilo and Stitch image is AI generated, isn't the real leaked image, but the casting does make me a bit worried. Who's in it? Mario movie was great, it was so fun, I agree. Will Smith is a really good genie casting. Hope they try and make a live-action Black Cauldron and it kills their live-action remakes the same way the original almost killed Disney. I really want to watch the original Black Cauldron. I've never seen it before. And they recently played through the Black Cauldron video game on Game Grumps and it made me want to watch it. Aren't they making a live-action Princess and the Frog? Oh my gosh, I hope not. Hi Echo, I'm good, how are you? We're asking you, Vap, could we do without live-action Lilo and Stitch? Yes, we could! Soulless cash grabs? Can Disney stop making live-action movies? Jeez, I don't even put out that much ever into the imaginative creativity of the movies. Like, yeah, let's make the mermaid crab into an actual crab. That's hard to tell its emotions. Cinderella was the first one? Oh my god, I just completely don't remember that. Is that... oh my gosh. I thought the Jungle Book was the first one. Maybe I just, like, didn't care so hard that my brain just threw that memory into the garbage can. That is so weird. That must have been when I was... what, like, in college? Maybe younger? I definitely do have, like, a media hole in my life from, like, my first year of college, where I, like, didn't have Netflix, I didn't really have money to go to the movies, I didn't even have, like, someone else's Netflix account that I could use, and I just like fell out of touch with everything that year. Eventually I got someone else's, like, login, but, let's see. Pinocchio unfortunately missed the purpose of the story. Oh no! Speaking of Bowser, Nintendo released a tutorial video on how to make Nintendo Switch Online account. They used Bowser as an example of how to put in your age. Bowser's birthday is February 5th, 1989. He's 34 years old! We're the same age! Wow, he's also as old as my brother. That's so funny. It's wild to me. The Lion King remake is the top animated film ever. Nobody ever talked about it. Yeah, what's there to talk about? There's nothing to say. It's so weird how successful some of these things are without ever making an impact. It's nail polish. You know, the worst part of live action Pinocchio? They didn't, you know, have a song. Not sure if you've heard it, When You Wish Upon a Star. Really? They took that out? They don't even have... What? People tend to watch live action more than animation because some older people have stigmas against animation of any kind being childish. That's so weird because, like, listen, I have nothing, obviously, apparently, I have nothing against people enjoying children's media. I'm here painting Pokemon. But, like, I feel like if you have a thing against childish media, right? Like, let's say you're a stodgy adult who feels that way. You're still watching, like, The Lion King. Like, it's still a children's story. Even if they make it more serious, it's still goofy as hell, right? Like, you haven't solved a problem. That's so weird. Because it's like the same story. They changed, like, almost nothing. That's like some weird cognitive dissonance there. Alright, let's get the pink here. I just want to know, like, what demographic of, like, weird, serious adults are sitting down to watch Lady and the Tramp and being like, well, the dogs look sort of real, so no one can make fun of me now. Lady and the Tramp was another one that I feel like no one ever talks about because it was just so nothing. Not the original, I mean the live action. That was one of those where I think I had a movie night with my roommates, and I was the only one who made it to the end of that movie, folks. My roommates straight up ditched me, and I do not blame them. Everyone just went upstairs. Alright, there's the sassy side pony, looking fresh to death. Beautiful. Okay. It's a travesty. If you want a good live action Mulan, go watch Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior. You know, this is unpopular. I don't have any negative feelings about the original Black Cauldron, even though it was apparently so terrible for Disney. Yeah, I've heard it's a very, like, artistic film. CGB sounds like a way to refer to a VTuber model. Let me give him my CGBs. Have you guys ever seen Anastasia? I have never seen that. I've been meaning to. CGI everywhere. Bambi live action remake. Oh god. Loved Anastasia Stumbles. That one needs a rewatch. This song, bang bang bang. Not kidding, When You Wish is new Pinocchio live action. The only saving grace of Pinocchio is John Worthington, Foulfellow, and Gideon. If you make Lion King more serious for adults, you get Hamlet. Is, Gideon is the fox, is that right? The nasty fox? I really liked his, the way they did him. If you make Lion King more serious for adults, you get Hamlet. That's so true. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is excellent. Oh yeah, that came out, didn't it? Woomy fan here. Oh, I womb. I also womb. It was straight to Disney Plus, which is better than spewing these out into theaters at least. Live action remakes are made for people who spend $4,000 a day at Disney World. I understand what the mindset of adults not taking it seriously unless it's live action is, because I don't understand why it's hard for people to take animation seriously. Objectively, it takes so much work to do. It should be appreciated. People are weird. That's very true, because I feel like your average, like... what was my point here? I, like, completely lost my train of thought in the middle of that. I agree with you. No notes. Perfect opinion. God, I'm struggling right now, y'all. I woke up from a nap. I've just been feeling yucky this week, and I woke up from a nap a little bit ago and just immediately hopped on stream. So if I seem to be having more brain farts than usual, that's all it is. I'm fine. There we go. Let's see. I remember Maleficent was really good. It was more like a reinterpretation of the original story rather than live action. Yeah, I know a lot of people liked that. I enjoyed Maleficent well enough. It was actually alright with the sequel. Maleficent was awesome. Didn't see the sequel. John is the fox, Gideon is the cat. Oh, that's right. How much y'all want to bet on the following live-action Pixar movies by 2026? God, do you think? Do you think they're just gonna completely stop animating things? Anastasia isn't just an expensive Disney ripoff, it was an expensive Disney ripoff, which Disney owns now. We're living live action WALL-E right now. What would be the worst live action idea if you pick an existing Disney movie? Ooh! Let's see. Zootopia 2, can't wait. Live action Emperor's New Groove. Oh no. Okay, so let's just look up list of Disney animated movies, and we shall go look. I swear I'm gonna like list something that has already been remade. Song of the South would be wretched for many different reasons. Let's see. The Aristocats would be really awful. Yeah, the Aristocats is maybe my answer right now. Let's see what else is on here. I know they're doing The Fox and the Hound. Great Mouse Detective would be pretty wretched as a live-action remake. Oh man, I would hate The Rescuers Down Under to be live-action. Ugh, Toy Story would be a hideous mess. I really liked A Bug's Life when I was a kid. That came out when I was 4. This is like the perfect age to watch A Bug's Life. I think A Bug's Life would be really scary as a live-action flick. Just all these realistic bugs. Oh my gosh, do you guys remember Dinosaur? God, I forgot about Dinosaur. Dinosaur might actually be kind of cool as like a more live-action, like well, basically it would just be updating the CG, so I think Dinosaur would be cool as a live-action one. I don't want it, but I would accept it. Monsters, Inc. would be objectively disgusting. Let's see. Chicken Little. Oh no, can you imagine if they made Chicken Little? No. Oh. Y'all arguing about Inside Out. Remember when Disney made a live-action villain film about the lady whose name is a pun of Cruel Devil and whose entire character is about murdering puppies, and they tried to make her sympathetic? Emperor's New Groove in live action needs to be extremely creative and take lots of artistic liberty, or I refuse to see it. Original is so special, and translating that to live action is an easy disaster. God, I hope they don't do that. Emperor's New Groove is just, it is what it is, and it needs to be just left alone. Bambi would be something. Aristocats Live is in production? No! 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 Come on! No! I hate it. Illumination and DreamWorks oh my god. Illumination and DreamWorks be taking some W's lately though. That sentence destroyed my brain. I think WALL-E might work. Might. Didn't know Valiant was Disney. Side tangent and a side tangent. I've since you love Redwall, which is the best Disney mouse movie like The Rescuers. Oh gosh, that was Don Bluth, wasn't it? I was thinking of Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim, but that's Don Bluth. I liked The Rescuers Down Under a lot because it both has mice and it has an awesome eagle in it, which is 10 out of 10. American actors for the ship passengers in WALL-E. The live action 101 Dalmatians is a great movie. Cars live action. Yeah, Cars live action I actually want because I want to know how, you know? I want to know how that's even possible. They have movies like Atlantis, which could work in live action, and they choose to remake the movies with animal characters. Yeah, that is weird, isn't it? Because, yeah, I feel like Aristocats is, like, it's so charming because it's that era, like the Robin Hood with, you know, as a fox and stuff, where everyone's just kind of fuzzy and pleasant looking, you know? And their expressions are, like, really pushed in a nice way. But there's a lot of, oh man. Maybe they should just start remaking live-action Disney movies. They could just do Mary Poppins again. But that's been done a lot, I'm sure. They should make a terrible Mary Poppins movie set in modern day with modern slang. I think that would be just agonizing. Can you imagine if the kids were using, like, just slightly dated Gen Z slang? And they tried to make Mary Poppins cool and do an educational rap. I think I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. There's no one to blame but myself. Meow, meow. Alright, there's Sneasler's little face mask. And I've left room for the little fangies. But yeah, I am a huge Redwall fan, as Mecha Ninja said, but I very rarely watched the TV versions because I didn't really have cable. And I kind of just wasn't that aware of them until I was older. So most of my experience with Redwall is watching the, or not watching, reading the books. Watching the books! Another word for reading. Watching those words on the page. Alright, here's Sneasler's little pantaloons. And there's like a little fuzz hanging down here. And then you can't see that much of this leg, but there is some purple back here I gotta get down. Okay, here we go. Whoops, I think my playlist just ended or paused or something. Oh, it's so quiet. I can hear myself think. Not a lot of noise, but there is some. Okay. Pat that off a little, and then let me... Yep, that playlist is just over. Okay, let's listen to DS music that makes me feel incredibly nostalgic. Let's see. What about Rikki Tikki Tavi? Oh, I love Rikki Tikki Tavi. You want Cars live action, but how? There's no humans. They're just completely normal cars, and they just put the voiceover without moving their mouths or anything. Live action Mickey Mouse when? Live action Ratatouille. What if they made movies like Secret of NIMH Rescuers Down Under with Tandem Mouse and Mousehole? That's adorable. Modern cars talking with no movement or emotion except driving would be hilarious. I agree. No, with live action movies, they just make crappy sequels. Already made a sequel to Mary Poppins less than 5 years ago. Oh my god, did they? If they do live action Emperor's New Groove, Kuzco needs to be played by someone in a cheap llama costume. Kronk still needs to be Patrick Warburton. Isn't that Nanny McPhee? Brave Little Toaster live action? Yes! I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. I forgot Brave Little Toaster existed. Spoonful of sugar is buzzing to help the medicine go down. No cap on God. That sentence makes me want to die. Modern day Mary Poppins be like, Sneasler is really coming out well. Thanks, Mecha Ninja. Doesn't Blanket go to Mars or something? Mary Poppins floats down with her umbrella and yells, sheesh! I'm watching them words, they ain't going anywhere. Flies away saying, yeet! Another awful live action idea would be A Bug's Life. The Pixar movie people forget. Primary memory of the DS is knowing my battery's messed up when I opened it. Heard the birthday jingle because the date and birthday month reset to January 1st. What if they made a live action Groundhog Day and released it in theaters and it's just the original movie? Didn't the Brave Little Toaster have a Nazi subplot or something? What about Ants and Arthur and the Invisibles? I do not remember there being a Nazi subplot. God, I forgot about ants. I remember seeing ants as a kid at Blockbuster and getting angry. It was just an early childhood memory. Just seeing all the posters and the DVDs and just feeling child rage. And not even knowing how to express what I was angry about. I was just angry. Especially because I liked A Bug's Life so much. Just seeing ants made me feel wrong. And looking at it now, it still makes me feel wrong. Just a movie that looks wrong. They shouldn't have done that to me. It reminds me of that, do you know about Food Fight? That, like, extremely expensive, high-budget CG movie that, there was some kind of, like, corporate espionage, and all the, like, files got destroyed, and it never was released, and, it cost just a shit $1 billion to make. Y'all know about this? Actually, maybe it was released, but not, like, theatrically, because you can, like, watch it online. It's, like, not good or, like, finished, but you can watch it. I swear this wasn't just a weird dream I had. This is real. You can look it up. It's called Food Fight. The gist of the plot is that the whole thing is just product placement. It's like all the brands that are on products in the supermarket, they come to life at night. It's just Toy Story, but with brands. Brand story. And it had a really weirdly star-studded cast for some reason. And then some blessed person on the inside, maybe some animator who realized that, like Icarus, they were flying too close to the sun, just destroyed the whole thing. And they had to like start over, and that's why it looks bad, or something. I feel like I'm spreading misinformation right now. I'm gonna pull up the wiki in just a second. I can't stop thinking about slang Mary Poppins, though. It hurts me. Okay. Let's see. Ants. Eggs. What if reverse live action? Originally live action movie adapted into a cartoon movie. I would love that. Ants. Why is this so funny to me? A child being furious at the existence of ants. I was so mad. I think even as a little kid, I'd already developed some like sort of like sense of taste, you know? I like knew what I thought was good and bad, and ants just really, just looking at it, I was like, no. I deserve better. I love the villain in Food Fight. Food Fight, the best movie ever. Oh yeah, John Trent did do an episode. It was released. I remember seeing it available at Redbox. Oh my god. The best walk is the Brand X guy. 4/4/20 redeemed Uncle John's bathroom reader facts. Oh boy. Okay. Let me go grab the bathroom reader. Here it is. I hope you're ready to bathroom read. Strange lawsuits. I always have to like preview these to make sure they are not explicit. Ooh, here's one about pizza. I want to read about pizza. I only know anything about ants through Vine Sauce playing a racing game version of it and saying we need to punish ourselves a bit. Food Fight's just sausage party for kids. How about we make a second movie about bugs, said Angry Little Katie. Or how dare we make a second movie about bugs? I agree. Food Fight's just sausage party for people who really hate themselves. Alright, let's read some pizza facts. Location, St. Louis. Style. The crust is very thin and unleavened with cracker-like consistency. Topped with a tomato sauce that's heavy on the oregano and Provel cheese. What's Provel? Rarely found outside St. Louis, it's a processed blend of provolone, Swiss, and cheddar. The finished pie is served cut into rectangles about 4 inches wide. Cracker-like consistency? I don't want that. Altoona, Pennsylvania serves Altoona-style pizza, which begins with a thick crust and continues with a sweetened tomato sauce. The standard topping is 1 ring of bell pepper, a deli-style slice of salami, and a slice of American cheese or Velveeta. Rhode Island. Bakery pizza has a dough that's thick and spongy, similar to, oh my gosh, I never know how to say this word, focaccia? Focaccia. It's covered in a spicy tomato sauce with no cheese and cooked on a sheet pan, then cut into long strips. Afterwards, it's just left out and served as a room temperature snack. If it doesn't have cheese, it's not a pizza. You're just talking about focaccia. That's nothing. Rhode Island. Do not pass go. Philadelphia. A cousin to Rhode Island bakery pizza, a Philly tomato pie is a square piece of focaccia drenched in tomato sauce, topped with a sprinkling of Parmesan cheese, and served at room temperature or cold. What the hell are you guys doing out there? Youngstown, Ohio, named for the Youngstown neighborhood to which it's almost exclusive. It looks like a familiar round tomato sauce topped pizza, except the sauce is very thick, applied sparingly, and topped with red and green bell peppers and Romano cheese, no mozzarella. Oh, this one I've had. New Haven, Connecticut, known locally as a pizza. And that's not a joke, that's what it says. New Haven's take is made from fermented dough formed into an oval shape, cooked in a coal oven at around 600 degrees Fahrenheit. That makes for a crust that's crispy and a little charred. The most popular style of a pizza is white sauce with no tomatoes and clams. I've not had it with clams, but I've had it with all the other stuff they talked about. The Penguin movies in the mid-2000s. The most boring movie I've ever watched was March of the Penguins. That makes sense. The sauce is very thick. The brave little toaster goes to Mars. One of the characters owned by German scientists who made rockets for Nazis before emigrating to America. Wow. Just needed to make sure it wasn't a fever dream. You know what? I don't blame you. I would also need to make sure that wasn't a fever dream. Much to consider. And I don't want to consider any of it. I'd like to unconsider all of it, in fact. Okay. Let's do Sneasler's Sneasel Peepers. The Sneeblers. Gonna mix up kind of a purplish black here. And start getting the eyeballs blocked out a little bit. And the little schnoz is here. And then we'll get the other eye. There we go. And the mouth. Just a little bit of a smile. Little teeth. It's a little intense. I'm gonna pat a little bit of that off with paper towel so it doesn't look quite so dark. There we go, that looks a little better. Let's see. I'll always have the worst take. No take is worse than mine. That was following the comment. I'll say it. Chicago deep dish pizza is just shitty lasagna. Stumbles is playing worst take bingo today. Vap goes to Mars. I get the hate for Chicago deep dish though. It's very unpizza pizza. Vap is on Mars. Consider the following. But here's the thing. I don't think Stumbles is wrong. However, shitty lasagna is still pretty good. I don't mind having myself a little shitty lasagna, you know? Because you're still lasagnaing. Maybe it's just the Garfield in me, but... you guys will be as crushed as I was to find out. Last week I went to Applebee's. Always a fun sentence. I went to Applebee's with some friends who wanted to watch the basketball finals, and I was the designated driver, so they were drinking it up at the Apple Bar, and afterwards we just walked around, and because it was pretty late at night, like nothing was really open, but I wanted to like go look at some shops. So we went to a shop that, I don't know if y'all have this in your area, it's called Five Below. And it's basically a dollar store for tweens. Everything is $5 or less, and they just sell, like, I don't know, stuff that tweens would like. It's like, they have, like, cool room decorations, and, like, cheap headphones, and, like, fun snacks, and, like, they also sell crappy graphic tees. And they did have a crappy Garfield graphic tee that I wanted really bad. But for some reason, even though this was like a tween store, none of the Garfield shirts were small enough for me. They were built for huge teenagers. Let's see, we should do Vap stream bingo. Alright, catch you later, Evil Grapes. Thanks for hanging out. Stumbles is very wrong. If there was a Vap drinking game, what would be on that? Ooh. I'll have to think about this and get back to you. Lasagna is Italian cake. Vap was the DD. How did everyone not die? You know, honestly, I am often, I'd say almost always the DD in my group. Things that tweens or Vap would like. It's actually a super accurate evaluation of Five Below. I know, because I go there, like, somewhat often. I don't know what's wrong with me. I always forget how, like, nothing it is. So I'm like, ooh, Five Below. Maybe this time I will have fun. It is kind of fun, though. And I did buy some candy, so, you know, there you go. It's just the tween in me being like, oh, this is cool. Okay, let's get Dratini's little horns in here. I'm just kind of doing like a gentle navy blue for the lines on Dratini. Gotta get that schnoz. There we go. And then the tum-tum, as doctors call it. It's a technical term. There we go. Nice. I guess the like eye part of the Dratini's face should be a little darker. Something like that. I'll come back to that later. Okay. Let's see. I hate Five Below. The one near me has a room in the back called Five and Up. Have you watched Underground Eevee by NCH Productions on YouTube? No, I don't think so. This music is strong vap energy. I forgot about my ice cream. The ice cream remnants and it solidified. Or dried, rather. Tragedy! Ugh, that's the worst. Okay, y'all, I'm really tired. I wish I could keep going, but I'm not feeling so hot right now. I think I need to go lie down. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. I will finish this off stream and post it. Yeah, is there anyone we know right now who's live that I can raid? I will be streaming the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog this Friday. Don't miss it. Be there or never find out who killed Sonic, which, like, you don't want that to be your fate, do you? You gotta know who killed that guy, and he is dead. He's doing the, no joke, unironically, he is doing the Family Guy death pose in one of the opening scenes of the game. So that's how you know it's good. So I'll see you on Friday, 4 o'clock Pacific time, or I will see you next week for more art and more fart. No more fart, actually. Let me catch up here. Take a break and stay safe. I have a friend who has their affiliate versary and is playing Minecraft. They're a Lucario VTuber. Sweet, yeah, what's their username? I'll raid them. Smell you later, baby. I will smell you in hell. Yes, it's the Bluey Family Death Guy pose. Don't shiver, you eat gamers. Okay, Rumply the Lucario. I love that username. We're gonna raid Rumply the Lucario. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. See you on Friday. Oh my god, I need a nap so bad. Bye.